Yes, people. Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to the Mandem Talk. We're in the building. It's Wednesday. It's 5 p.m. We're here. You know what we do, man. This is where the Mandem chat goes down. The WhatsApp group turns into a virtual, show. And then, yeah, man, we're going to get it cracking, people. Big up to everybody who's locked in right now. Make sure, guys, as soon as you enter, it should be like taking your shoes off, like Ty says. Hit that right button. Big up to man like Captain FSG out. Big up to you, man. Make sure you like the video in your way in. But man like Tyrone's in the building. Tyrone, what are you telling me?
Yeah, big up, man. I'm smiling. You know, I'm happy for you, man. We're just talking off air. So big up, Saeed, on and off the channel every single time. Make sure you're liking the video, people. Like I always say, like you take your shoes off when you walk in the yard. You like the videos, you come in. But yeah, man, big up every time, man. Them chat. Big up Musa, big up Cass. And yeah, subscribe to us, Never a Foul, Chuffle Tunnel. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this, man. The Ten Hag's coming, man. Casemiro's here.
Casemiro here. Man like Musa's on the travels. Musa, what are you telling me?
I'm here, man. I just finished off. I just parked up now, just getting ready for the convo. I'm just here, man. It's been a long day, cracking on, you know it is.
Come on. A man like Kaz in the building. Kaz, what are you telling him?
Hey, come on, man. Other than that criminal walk we do, say, yeah, I was feeling my groin, you know. I'm not joking. It don't seem like much of a walk, yeah, but I'm thinking, you know what, 45, 50 minutes Old Trafford, calm. Meet the Hoya and everything. Yeah, hello. Like, salam alaikum, all that. Yeah, let's go. Tottenham bus. Before you know it, my groin is dead. So by the time I've actually gone on the ground, I'm gone up the stairs and everything. I'm like, bro,
you basically just done 90 minutes.
Yeah,
basically, I'm not joking. Basically, yeah, I'm not even joking. But other than that, I feel like the Mandem chat hasn't happened in a while, bro.
Yeah, same, man.
It's just good, isn't it? It's good vibes right now. Everyone's smiling, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is good feeling, man. Good feeling at the minute, and this is why. You know what I mean? Ten Hag's slowly cooking right now. I can't lie to you. Slowly cooking. And, you know, we are going to talk about the striker debate. Which striker, you know, is Ten Hag's dream striker? Let's start off with you, Tyrone. I know, obviously, Martial is your dream one, but apparently it's not available tomorrow. Apparently there's no sign of date yet. But, you know, there's names that I put in the thumbnail. Vlahovic, Tony, the guy that Musa kept telling us all summer, man like João Felix, and then you've got, I think the last one is Osimhen.
Yeah, and Jonathan David as well from Lille.
Yeah, Jonathan David as well. But who are you thinking, bro? Who are you got? And let the chat know. Get involved in the chat as well.
Yeah, man. I think it's a great debate. I think, by the way, just to touch on Martial, we've training individually by himself. But like you said, you got to put it aside. If he's not here and available, we can't talk about players that are not here. We need someone here for 80% of the games. And if I look at this situation, right, yeah, this is techie because João Felix as a player, right, I really, really like Saeed. Like when it comes to sort of playing left, playing right, playing central, fluid football, João Felix is sort of the number one I'd go to. But Manchester United have got Anthony, we've got Sancho, we've got Rashford, and we'll probably get another winger, say like Cody Gakpo. Manchester United need a number 9. And this is the difference, yeah? You can get João Felix. You sign him for 70 million, and us, man, are still debating on the Mandem show. Come August next season, we didn't get a striker. Where are the 20 goals coming from? So for me right now, I'm going to go Dusan Vlahovic as the number 9 we should target next summer. I like Osimhen, right? And I believe that he's obviously quite a lot injury prone, but I do like Osimhen in terms of the style. He brings sort of that robust. He come into the Premier League, he's physical. But Ten Hag doesn't just want physical. Ten Hag wants someone that can hold up the ball, link it up, can score, and is mobile. Now you look at Vlahovic, right? And he looks about 6'2" or whatever he is. And he looks like one of them ones like he can't move. He can move. He's mobile. And you can judge players at their time, like João Felix at Atletico Madrid. He plays under Simeone. You can look at Vlahovic. He plays under Allegri, who's absolutely done at Juve. If you want to get a fresh striker now, 23, 24, best years ahead of him, willing to learn, probably could get him for a good price if he wants to leave. I'm going Vlahovic for the long-term project. And I'm not saying that, oh my God, Vlahovic is the next big thing, but what it is, Saeed, what I love about Ten Hag, and you can echo this, you know that he's a coach. He will make players better. And I don't want players that are coming at 30 years of age. I want players that he can make better, and we know that will be available. I'm going to do some Vlahovic.
Yeah. You know, the thing for me, it's a bit of a little bit of a finger there. So I think for me, I can't lie to you, Dusan Vlahovic is on my top list right now. I just like the way he is. He's very, very agile for a guy who's quite big. Reminds me a little bit of Zlatan. You know what I mean? In the way he kind of like maneuvers himself in terms of his body composition, body movement, his style. He's very, very agile. Like I said, Zlatan was very, very technical on the ball, and this guy's technical on the ball as well. Again, he can hold up the ball for you if he needs to. He's got one with the left foot. I don't know, man. Something is making me go to that.
And it's
side.
the system as well. Like, it's not that, you know, people can moan about certain things, but I think in Ten Hag's system, we're going to majoritarily have the ball. So we're going to get Vlahovic involved in terms of link-up play. I know people will say in the comments, I want Osimhen, but Osimhen's more running behind and all that. But when you're a Man City striker, for example, you need to have a bit of everything. Vlahovic has a bit of everything. And if you're going to keep the ball, you don't want a striker that has to be like a Aubameyang on the end of things. You need someone like Vlahovic who could help others score as well, and that's what he does.
Big up, by the way, Faz in the building. Big up, Faz. Welcome, Faz.
Big up, man. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about the delay, boys. I lost my glasses, man. So
it's cool, man. We have them days, so we have them days.
Maybe he'll start seeing football properly then.
Martial FC, come back in and saying
Martial FC. What we on? Are we talking strikers?
Yeah, but basically we're talking about dream strikers, and everybody wants, let's give everyone their dream strikers. But before I come to you, Faz, I want to get to Musa. Musa, you've been talking about that, you know, that your guy João Felix. You know what? It looks more than likely now because my man is on the bench for Simeone. He doesn't play that often. Bro, what's going on, man? You still feeling the João Felix thing?
I'm definitely feeling João Felix. I'm thinking, I don't know, man, but I've seen some good players go out on loan. And like example, one of them's Coutinho. Coutinho, how much did Liverpool sell him to Barcelona for?
About 130, was it? Or something like that. I'm sure.
And they sent him out on loan to Bayern Munich. So I think it is possible to get a player of that standard, that quality, for that much money on loan if things fall into place and it positions itself for us to do that. And I think if we was to get him in on loan in January, if it was possible, and we could pay his wages or whatever it might be, I think it would allow us to see what he's about for the end of the season. And then we can go into that summer saying, cool, this is what we're going to pay for him and we can take him. But I might have a player on here that you, man, might not have put on the radar. And for me, I'll have Harry Kane, the guy that's not signing a contract. The guy that's not signing a contract, that scores goals. You see, like we're talking about, we need a number 9 that scores goals, puts it in the back of the net, no funny business. Even in this Conte team that wants you to just hold ball and do whatever, Harry is harrying. That's all I'm saying. So I just don't know what Harry Kane.
He's 30 next year. Do you care that he's 30?
I don't care he's 30 because when I'm seeing who's the Ballon d'Or winner.
Ooh, okay.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like, there's a new age for strikers now. There's a new dawn for strikers now. And it's getting into that. Like, this is why we're talking about CR7 Ronaldo not doing it. But remember Ronaldo at 33 and 34, he was doing bits and putting up numbers. It's just that we've got the Ronaldo at 36, 37. So we're just seeing you know what I'm trying to say? So when I look at a striker that's 30 years old, you know, being 30, going on to like, that's a good 3 years of goals, holding up the ball, bringing in other players, letting the other players as well that's got that same energy around him, doing the running and everything, and he can still put in the numbers himself. You know what I'm saying?
I said Vlahovic, and I think stylistically wise, they're not too similar. And I mean,
I would go for him as well. So I just think because of his age, Juventus won't sell him to us. I just can't see him leaving Juve because of his age. That's why I'll go for Harry. If it was for like what you're saying there, I'll support that as well 100%. But stylistically, what you're saying makes sense. But when you've got a 20, how old is he? 23, 24?
Yeah.
No one lets go of a player like that. That's like Harry Kane at that age. You're not letting him go. You know what I'm trying to say? So for me, if we're not getting a João Felix, I'll go straight in for Harry. I think Harry in this Man United side with Casemiro and these players in there, like, I'm not, you see what, beggars can't be choosers, innit? And I'm not going on out there, like, you can go out there and name 5 strikers in the world that are better than Harry Kane. You can just name them off the top of your tongue like it's tea and biscuits. You can't.
I've got that right now.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point there. What you make there. Nurbit says, football analysis says Osimhen is a pressing monster and has height and PMP. I think Osimhen can. I know what you mean. But in terms of a guy that plays like Drogba, Kaz, are you feeling that the Drogba, the way he bullied that defender, was it? I don't know if it was for Roma, but the way he bullied
it was Chris Smalling.
Was it? Yeah, Chris
Yeah,
Smalling.
Smalling. Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. So the way he bullied off Chris Smalling is no big lad, no kind of easy feat to do that. Kaz, are you not feeling Osimhen there? What's your preference? No,
I like Osimhen, but he don't suit us whatsoever. He don't do what we need to do, what we're gonna want as a striker, not a Ten Hag striker. He's not. He's gonna cost loads of money. He's injury prone. So what's the point? What's the difference between him and Martial at this point? I wouldn't want him. Harry Kane as well, but don't want him. I feel like we've signed the short term stuff now. Don't want him. I'm sorry. The figure that they're going to point out is probably going to still be 100 million because he's still got many years on his contract. So no. The only way we get a big striker in the summer is if we do get rid of Martial because he's not going to play second fiddle. So let's get that. So, but if he does keep getting injured, get him out. Simple as that. As much as I love the guy, if he keeps getting injured, get him out, bro. Because you got to think about the team and not the player. Same thing. I would say I would go alongside with a couple other players as well, but. If we want to talk January and a bit more different, I want to throw two names out. Like my dream signing would be a Vlahovic. I think he'd be brilliant. Honestly, if Juventus don't get top 4, there's a possibility. Will he cost a bit of money? Yes, but I don't want Gakpo. He's had his showcasing for me about a few times now. Not interested. But if the manager wants him, I'll back him. But 2 names I want to put in, and I don't think no one's mentioned it. Patrick Schick. Not exactly having the greatest times at Bayer Leverkusen, but none of the players are. And I thought that would be an attainable striker in January for cheap as well. Not cheap, but a good figure that we could do with now. Good age, finisher, brings players in, can do it all, but he's just not being given the chance to really do it. So I want a Patrick Schick, Jonathan David, I think that would be a good attainable option.
Stocks has fallen for me.
Short term. But I'm talking about more short term, not dream. But you're talking dream. But I'm talking my only dream would be Vlahovic. Out of all strikers, or that I think that's good enough to go on and spearhead this United attack. I think.
Faz, what are you saying? There's other names mentioned. I'll give you Ivan Toney. There's a couple of them more, but we're talking about Ten Hag's dream Man United striker. You've got to think about Ten Hag's what he wants and his mold and what he think he's going for. What are you thinking, bro? What's your preference? What's your
first thing first? I don't think it'll be one. I couldn't have one striker. And that's not me being greedy, because if you think Ronaldo's going to go and Martial's going to go, so we need 2 forwards. We need 2 different types of forwards, not the like for like as well. Look at Arsenal with Eddie and Gabriel Jesus. Bit too similar. I need variation. I need one who can be a bit of a pressing monster, one who can be more of an aerial threat, different types of attributes from different players. Lautaro Martinez is on my radar. I'm going to watch him today against Barca. I want to... Not Barca, sorry. Playing? I'm just going to watch the Inter game.
I have one issue with him, Faz, by the way. He's not a striker that can lead the line by himself.
Yeah, so that is an argument that is there because of Dzeko, because of Lukaku.
Yeah.
But I feel that his age at, 25 years old? Yeah. He's still got plenty of time to become that person. You see forwards nowadays, they look like they can't play alone up top. But then you look how this guy was bullying Barca, man. This guy was really terrorizing Barca in a game where Dzeko was supposed to be the guy, but it wasn't happening. And people saying Lukaku carry him, but that's not the case because Lukaku been injured. On top of that, my first criteria is a striker that stays fit. Like, let's be honest here. Like, I got a certain criteria. Criteria 1 is stay fit, because if you ain't fit, you aren't useful. Criteria 2, you must, and I can't emphasize it enough, have aerial threat. Mandem, we need aerial threat. We got Ericsson. We got Roberto Carlos now slowly but surely cooking something.
On,
we got I'm just saying. Chill. I'm just saying. I had to just prop to the guy, prop to the guy because he whipped the ball in. Casemiro got the goal. You have to give prop where it's due. We have players who are able to whip balls in, even from corner kicks, but we're not utilizing them. Do you know we're missing out on at least 10 goals in a season just because we don't have aerial threat? On top of that, I need a forward who has not just a right foot, but a left foot as well. So his weak foot should be 70% as good as his strong foot. Because you see now with Marcus Rashford, he ain't killing the games off. As much as I'm happy with him, I'm liking his work ethic. He's not killing games off. And strikers know how to kill games off. The prime striker in the world for me, obviously, is Benzema, Lewandowski. They'll kill games off. You make any type of cross, a bad cross, they'll make it look good. Those are the real deal strikers. And I think looking at how Haller used to play in Ajax and how he used to just sit there and wait for the balls coming in, I think that's the type of player we need to, bring in. And Ivan Toney would be a great fit because he's an out-and-out 9 and he's not been injured in 7.5 years. He's not missed a single game. So yeah, Ivan Toney it would be number one, and Lautaro Martinez for me as well.
You know the Ivan Toney one, Ty, yeah? Is it a case of, when a person becomes a main man, they can't fit the boots? I've just got this worry with Ivan Toney. When he gets the main boots, he won't be the same player.
Listen, I've spoke on a few pods and even when the Mandem come over, we're sitting in the sofa and they say, Ivan Toney, go and get him for 60 million. Right. I know Ivan Toney's best friend, funny enough. And I like Ivan Toney. Good player. I like his come up and I like his consistency. He can hold the ball up. He can finish. But you know what I asked myself? Where do Manchester United want to be? And this is the way I sum it up. And this is no disrespect to Ivan Toney, yeah? Where do Manchester United want to be? We want to be challenging in 3 or 4 years for titles. We want to be competing in the Champions League, getting to quarter semis and taking on teams like Bayern, Inter Milan, and whoever it is. Right. Can I sit here and look at you guys and say to me, despite what I've seen from Ivan Toney, do I want him starting for Manchester United in a Champions League quarter or semi-final? Do I want Ivan Toney starting as the Manchester United striker away at the Etihad or away at Anfield and thinking he can make the difference? I don't know with it, but I watched a game against Villa on the weekend and we see the bright sparks of Brentford when they beat teams and Ivan Toney's playing all right. Yeah. But they still have games where they lose and they look poor, but no one really talks in that because it's Brentford. I don't think Ivan Toney, for me, can lead the line for Manchester United when we're talking about the next step that Ten Hag wants to do going into the Champions Leagues and the deeper stages and the bigger sides. By the way, Ivan Toney's a good player. I wouldn't mind him. For example, let me throw this out there. Say if Martial was not injured, by the way, and Martial was fit 90% of the games, I wouldn't mind Ivan Toney as the plan B coming off the bench at 70 minutes or starting some home games against Fulham and them type of teams. But as a number 9 at Manchester United leading the line, Saeed, if we signed him and we had a Mandem chat, I'm telling you now, and you said to me, Ty, are you happy we signed Ivan Toney? I'll be coming on here and I'll be like, yeah, I'll take it, but I'm crunching my toes because I've got doubts. I don't want doubts. Dusan Vlahovic has that little bit of extra star quality that I don't have doubts.
Yeah. I get you. You know what? That's the thing, isn't it, Musa? It's like when we buy this player, you've got to be fully convinced. Like I'm fully convinced with that.
It's a striker.
Yeah, and this is a striker that
you mean?
You see what I mean? Like Casemiro, we're fully convinced. Anthony, you're kind of like, yeah,
I agree.
And this is the problem with strikers.
You mean? Everyone here.
Yeah, go on.
Now, I agree, but I feel like everyone here is taking risks. Everyone's talking about players that can be, year 1, year 2, year 3. I'm telling you, I'm not on taking no risks, bro. We've taken risks in other positions. Up front, I want a clinical, right foot, left foot, headers, holds up the ball, proven. That's why I'm going for Harry Kane. I ain't on all this. We're sitting back on this show talking about,
you
need to play more.
Is he attainable? Do you reckon he'll be attainable, though?
Yeah, because he's not signing his new contract. Remember, he was meant to sign his new contract. He's not signing it. He's seeing what's going to happen until the end of the season.
But on top of that,
Conte
he goes
don't
missing,
look like
he goes missing.
Yeah,
he goes missing.
He does some games, fans.
But he goes missing, but turns up at the end of the season fighting for the golden boot.
What would you say then if Harry Kane?
But he fights for the golden boot. So how does he?
Musa, I'll be honest with you. My heart is broken from Harry Kane not squaring the ball to Sterling, man. I can't get that picture out of my head. Ever since that day, yeah, my heart's broken on this guy, bro. He just had to square the ball.
Yeah.
What?
He says we have to.
But on the next one, you see the Ivan Toney thing. Go on.
Yeah. Now, I'm just saying we have to be smart in the market. And for me, the best talent that is out there is Jonathan David. He's 22 and his raw talent perfect for us. I'm sorry, I'm not here for raw talent, I'll be honest with you. I want to know that.
I'm not here. That's what I'm trying to say. This is like the Ivan Toney thing. Ivan Toney, to me, is like someone that comes through your academy, and because of that, he's allowed to play for United. You know, like your Welbecks, your whatever type of players. But you don't go out and try and buy him from someone else.
Yeah,
that's how I see Ivan Toney. If
man.
Ivan Toney came through the Man United academy and was doing bits, he will get a chance at United. But you don't go there and say, "Oh, we're gonna come pay £60 million for Ivan." That's just how I see it. He's one of those players where if he's in your academy, you big him up, you give him the chance to prove himself, but you don't buy him to prove yourself.
Nah.
We're not playing
How many years are you thinking squeezing out of Harry Kane though?
Yeah, that's
3. He's only 30 years. I want to get at least 3 seasons.
Musa said only 30 years. 30 is the new 20, yeah?
Yeah, because like we've got, what's his name? Benzema's Ballon d'Or at 33, 34. What do we want? Lewandowski's the same.
But the difference is though, Harry Kane's got an injury record, bro, and it's not like anywhere. Go check the injury itself. It's always around his hammies, ankles.
He's got injury record. He's got injury record, but he's there fighting to get to score the most goals ever scored in the Premier League.
I think it'd suit Man United a lot, yeah, especially because we got quite a decently young squad that can be around Anthony, Sancho, all these man. But I'm just thinking, bro. I'm thinking on transition as well alone. Harry Kane,
yeah, bro, I hear it. Yeah,
I need, and we don't exactly have some speedsters on the wing either. Other than Anthony, when he digs his heels, he's quite rapid. To be fair, I'll be honest. But
Rashford's rapid, but
Rashford's a bit rapid.
Rashford's our only outball, yeah.
But that's it. I want another. I need a striker that's gonna be. He's going to be burning centre backs. You know what I mean? Harry Kane and burning centre backs. I don't want more dropping deep. That's the whole point of going to get a good midfield so they can
look at Martinez. Martinez done the template. You play back to feet and you've got to be able to twist and turn. And if you can't and you get clamps on that first time, the ball ain't sticking anyway because you had Martinez and Varane both eating him up anyway.
Because we're talking about Kane being a main striker, not a second striker. You get me? Marcel's got pace. Let's see if he's going to save it. But we're talking second strikers. I don't mind that kind of player because that's a different option. You get me?
Exactly.
But if we're talking main strikers, go on.
I'll be honest. I need a striker that's got that fuck this attitude. You know, in certain games, like where was Harry Kane when Ronaldo thumped up Hugo Lloris, man? Where was he? Man, come and touched up, slapped up your boy. You did nothing. You stood there. And Lisandro Martinez just chopped him up. Man did nothing. I need a striker like almost that Lewandowski, Benzema DNA, that killer up front. Like when Chelsea get a penalty at second half and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? Fuck this. Nah, it's not working. Let me just take the game by the balls and let me fucking slap one ball in the net.
But don't you think, Faz, like we're going through an era right now where we're all in our mid-20s or whatever it is, late 20s, yeah? We've grown up on eras where we could list 5 strikers off the dome, the Raúls, Miroslav Kloses, the Aguero, Suarez, Benzema, all that. We're going through an era right now where I don't feel many strikers have that DAWG in them, the dog in them. Like we're going through a transition right now where, like Musa said, yes, it is a risk. Because you're only looking at Harry Kane at 29. The rest of them are sort of going out on 31, 32, 33. Yeah. Whoever you're going to get now is going to be a risk. And that's the problem. It's like someone said to me, like, when you're looking at, no offense to Ivan Toney, like I said, though, but he's in the list. He's at Brentford, but is it the best of a bad bunch we're trying to pick from here? Do you know what I mean?
But that's why. But that's exactly why I love Osimhen, because the way this guy presses when nobody expects him to, that's the mentality of a player who says, "Now fuck this, man. Like I don't care who's got the ball. I don't care if I'm not going to even win the ball. But you know what? I'm going to make the run for the sake of it. And guess what? He ends up getting a goal out of it. And that's that mentality you need in your squad."
Absolutely. Nathan here says, big up to you, bro. Appreciate the super chat. Musa, we've got to be smart. They've already said the P's is low. We have to buy smart. Can't spend the whole budget on one player. And big up Owinski says, I tend to appreciate unknown players for some far off place across the globe. MUFC scouts have been stealing a living for far too long. We need a gem. You know what? I'm big up to everybody, but there's over 400 people here in the chat. Guys, make sure you're liking the video. I don't know if we've even got 100 likes yet, so big up to everybody watching, but let's get them likes up, man. Let's get to at least 200 likes, people. Big up to everybody who's here.
120 likes.
Yeah, let's get the likes up, people.
Yeah,
I think, you know what it is for me, yeah? That comment here, we need a gem. I think Vlahovic is a gem. The only reason here why Ivan Toney is not first and second choice, he's probably third and fourth, is that I'm waiting if I can get the first and second choice first. You don't want to kind of get the third and fourth choice and then you'd be like, oh man, we just missed out on Vlahovic and what's the other one?
Osimhen, João Felix.
Osimhen. Osimhen. It's one of them two for me that I'm looking at. But then you've also got the Mitroviches of the world. I don't know why people are not giving Mitrovic more. Is it because he then needs a lot of pacing behind, and we have to tailor towards him? What's
there's no point. We just literally just covered that with what basically Ty was then saying as the main man. Like transition, I'm having Mitrovic. He's good where he is. He's good where he is.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Like I think he's.
Yeah, some players, Cass,
baller,
they take the step up and then the apple crumbles, man. Like it's not the same taste anymore. Yeah.
Again, Mitrovic as a second striker, if we're gonna have a main striker as a second option. 100%, bro.
That's
fully.
And not going to Bayern Munich away and starting. Mitrovic.
Yeah, that's what's about with Faz. What he's saying, if you're gonna take, if there's gonna be any striker that I can think of out that whole bunch is gonna take a game to the team, it would be someone like Mitrovic. You know, he will happily throw his body about and go get things done if he needs to. But is it enough quality to go get that done?
What do you reckon Ten Hag's wanting? Let's start with you, Faz. What do you reckon he's wanting in terms of, his approach now? Because I'm looking at Ronaldo. He can't give it to him. Ronaldo can't give him what he wants, obviously, because of his age. And he tells him to take him off. Martial, he loves Martial. And obviously, Martial is not there. What does he want? Because it's very, very difficult because he hasn't had a third or fourth choice striker that he can bring. He doesn't like the youth players because he's not brought in any Charlie McNeil or anyone else. He's not brought anyone else on there. So he's kind of like, right, I'm going to play Rashford up front. So is it pace then? Does he like pace? So he might go for Gakpo.
Well, he's going off what options he has. Let's be honest. He's working off what he has. You can't ask the man. And I'm 100% with him. And nobody can tell me they want youth players on the pitch more than me. Just trust me. I really want to see the youth players. But he's doing 100% right by not playing them. Yep. Do not throw them under the bus. Absolutely not. Especially when you can see we're just about like, the Rubik's Cube is just all the colors are matching. You're just about seeing Man United are winning games convincingly. Man United are doing the job on the pitch convincingly. They're passing with, they're pressing with. Don't want the youth in that moment. Let us be more convincing. Let the season go through. Let us establish ourselves in the table in Europe. Then we can bring the youth in. That's the first thing. The second thing, you see the exact type of players like we're linked with. Yeah, forget what we want. Let's just look at the players we're linked with. Rafael Leao, Šeško, Hakpo, all of these lot. First and foremost, they're pacey, they're beast, they're strong, aerial threat again. They're young as well. These are the type of players he wants. He wants players who can hold up the ball really well, who've got good touch, who've got clinical finishing. These are Sesko's finishing. I can't deny he's got finishing on him. Hakpo, again, really pacey. They call him the Rashford 2.0. Really strong. Cuts in, has a great shot on him as well. You look at, what's the other one I mentioned? Šeško, Hakpo, and
Leao.
Who's the other one?
Leao.
Rafael Leao on the left as well. Yeah, young, absolute monster, man. Absolute monster. And imagine what he can do with them. I get the thing with people saying Harry Kane and whatever. We all have our preference, but he's clearly got a trend of bringing in a young, hungry dog, fighting type of player. You see little Anthony, man.
He likes someone he can coach rather than someone who
as well. Yeah, he doesn't want an old, I don't want to say old dog, but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You can't. And he loves Martial.
Exactly.
He loves Martial because Martial's got extreme ability to make other players look good. That's an ability that you can't fucking have in every player. But he wants that from.
Yeah, he needs a Martial, but someone who's fit, who has the same profile.
Yeah, exactly. And he's gonna. I don't think he actually goes for the Harry Kanes and whatever, because I don't think that's the type of player he would want to coach.
No.
He's looking for the next 3, 4, 5 years, man. Next era that he can have. So
I know, because he's here. He's here to dominate.
Exactly.
Big up to Ganzo for the super chat. The only proven, no doubt, striker was Haaland. Everyone else has something missing. No standouts for me, but I'm going for Osimhen. Not 100% convinced though. Listen, this is trial and error, and this is what a different league as well. They're gonna have to try different things as well. So it's gonna be one of them, man. Big up to Owinski. Could it be that he's unimpressed by the youth? I don't think It's not that you don't rate them, but I just think Ten Hag is very, very meticulous in what he wants, and if you don't show it, I don't think Garnacho's showing it in training. I don't think he's showing it to the manager. Same with.
I don't think he can afford to though. I don't think he can afford to though. Saeed, I'll be honest. It's like we need to win.
No. He could afford to. The manager could afford at that game when it was 1-1 against Newcastle to bring on Garnacho, to bring on one of the two players. He could afford to do it though. But the problem is though, maybe they're not training, maybe they're not doing things that the manager wants. I believe these players are not doing what the manager wants. Come on, surely bring them on.
Just to identify, I went and actually kind of researched this up as to why and how it used to work. For the people who may not know, in Ajax, he used to have the youth players play the same system and the same style of football that he would have in the first team. So when the youth players would come in, they would slot in like for like. It wouldn't be a shock to their system. Like, what do you expect me to do here? And he's just come in now in this club. He's got to install the discipline in the first team and also give instructions to the youth players and the youth management that this is the exact system I want them nurturing in. I can't just because a player is good doesn't mean they'll be good in the starting 11, by the way. It doesn't mean anything. Just because a Garnacho's lighting up under 23s doesn't mean he's going to light up starting 11. You need those players to understand Ten Hag ball before they come in. You will see over the next year or so how the youth players get nurtured, how they come in, how they are playing. I'm hoping to get my car back soon, and I'm gonna start going to under 23 games, man. Because I've missed going through. I want to understand the tactics behind the under 23 games.
And it's like Man City fans, actually. Funny enough, because with Man City, I was chatting to someone about it. I think my boy at work is a big Man City fan, and he was saying when you watch Man City's academy now since Pep's come in, it's like the football was actually filtered down. So when they come in now, even when they get coming over, they're playing that. Yeah, they're playing that type of football. And by the way, just to throw in a name out there, I saw someone put it in the comments, which is very interesting one. On strikers, Benfica have got Goncalo Ramos, and he's young,
looking at him,
up and coming. I want to see a bit more about. The thing is, I didn't throw his name in there because I'm like, is he ready to lead the line for Manchester United? I want to see how Benfica do more in the Champions League this year. They're going to qualify. They're top with PSG, but he is a name I am kind of watching. And the only reason I say that as well is when you look at the football Benfica play and them sort of strikers play when they're in that league, it is about retaining the ball and keeping it, and you've got to be technical. So that could be a market we definitely look at in Goncalo Ramos. I think he is a name to look out for. So whoever said that, I think that's a great shout.
And also, if you're going to get Victor Osimhen, you got to understand what has to come around that as well. Because he's got Cavashilia, Politano, and all of them, man, around him. Lozano, and all that, like... He's got that's what the whole point is. He's got a Cavashilia there, bro. We don't have a Cavashilia in the team. Go watch.
We need a winger, but we need wingers.
Go watch his touch. His touch ain't all that, by the way. His hold up's quite good, but in terms of feeding, give and go with players, ain't that great. But if you're gonna have someone that's gonna feed him, he's gonna score. Otherwise, we're gonna have a similar situation with Nunes.
But this is it. This is what Thingy says. Anna says, "Nah, Benfica strikers. I can't remember Central C. I remember Central C. I don't want now." Ronald Jacob says here, Lautaro Martinez for me, first touch magician. Big up to Vince Clips. Big up to you, bro. I think Ten Hag will go in for João Felix because he bid him in the summer.
Right, I'll take him, Saeed. Big up for the super chat. I'll take him, but not as the number 9. That's the difference. João Felix can come. I'll take him tomorrow. I'll drive him here. But we're talking about leading the line. Felix is not the number 9 we're looking for. He's another one that sort of can float around.
We're not going to get bare goals, bro. We're not going to get goals.
Felix loves to play off another striker.
But which one of those players?
Off another striker.
I take him, but he's not a striker.
For Mitrovic, who gets bare goals in the United team? Out of those players you're talking about, Osman, all of them, man. They don't like. If you see how our strikers are now, are bereft of chances in games. Or like, I just don't see how unless you're clinical, Lewandowski, Benzema, where you like Faz says, you make a bad cross look good. Unless you're on that at United, it's gonna be peak.
Yeah, but Harry Kane is used to fossil football, man. I don't know how we're gonna teach Harry Kane to play new style football. Man. These guys.
Harry Kane's a baller. Don't play games with him.
He's used to 4-4-2 long ball, man.
No way, Harry Kane's a baller.
We should have got Julian Alvarez,
but
man.
He's used to this fossil football, man.
I want to throw in some names in terms of the French league. Anyone that like the players that are coming from the French league? What about if I say to you, we don't play a striker, we play wingers in there like Gakpo and obviously Leao. We don't play a striker system. Maybe Ten Hag might not want to play a striker system, and he might want to go get Gakpo and maybe
play Felix is the man for that. Then João Felix is the man for that. You see, João Felix, his ceiling is very spicy, and I just think if you go back to his Benfica days and you see all the strikers that's come out of Benfica, he's one of those strikers who, when he was doing his business, he was really turning it on. And I just feel like his time at Atletico Madrid, even though he's still so young, he's 22 years old, 23.
Yeah,
It's just been a bad time under a bad manager. Like, he's had a consistent manager who plays a certain type of football that doesn't benefit him in any way. I just believe you put him in a Pep team, Klopp, or even like a Ten Hag team, you're gonna remember that he has the capability of winning the Ballon d'Or. That's the player that I remember. He had that type of ceiling, and it wasn't he could win the Ballon d'Or like they said about Martial, where we saw it. Like, he had a couple good seasons where you thought to yourself, nah. And you see, like, his touch is clean, how he brings down the ball, he can finish both feet, left foot, right foot. He's a very talented player, man. And I just think we shouldn't scuff our noses up at him and be like, no, we don't need him.
I'll take him. You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. He's at 6 foot. He's been toughened up by Simeone as well. He'd adapt to the Prem quite easy, I reckon.
Yeah.
Scamacca. You know, there's certain players that just have a change of heart, and David Moyes, you know what I mean? Because of the fact that he doesn't like it, and then United become available. Scamacca and Cuckoo, but he's going CFC. Scamacca's the one for me. I know West Ham have got him, yeah, but is it out of our reach? If West Ham say we went in for him after one season, West Ham says he's only available for 70 million. Would people take Scamacca for 70 million?
Nah.
You see me?
No.
You know I'm not having it. Go on, Saeed. You see, since Haaland's gone to Man City and he's only Harold
22,
21, 22.
That's what I'm saying. I need people that's turning up. I need snipers up front at United. Since that guy's gone over there, if we really want to be serious about winning this league, we need people that's got a high ceiling. That their ceiling is on that Haaland, Mbappe. You're like high. That they're in that conversation. And the only player that I really see on the market now thinking about it, who can be in that conversation, is Joao Felix, you know. If I'm honest, that's available.
Don't forget.
He's in it, but he's at Juventus. I agree. But he's at Juventus.
Okay, look at it this way. How many strikers did Chelsea go through before they got Costa? How many strikers?
Not that many. You weren't that far behind Drogba.
No, but there were a few strikers. There were a few. There were like 4, 5 strikers.
They weren't, you know. It was
Torres. No, there wasn't that much between Costa and Drogba.
You're on about before Drogba, when they tried the Kesmans and Shevchenko era.
I'm saying, we're here saying no to this person, no, yes, no. Burn through the cash. Burn it. Go and get fucking couple of strikers. Burn it. Because at the end of the day, Ronaldo's going. Look, Ronaldo's saving us 50 M's a year. That's one. David De Gea's going. That's another 50. That's another 25. You know, Ronaldo and David De Gea together is 50, 60 M's a year in wages.
David De Gea's going. David De Gea's staying.
He's gone, bro. He's going. When my man's pointing out the statement,
Saeed, that cap is too tight. Saeed, that cap is too tight. That cap is the blood flow ain't going to the brain, Saeed. I love David De Gea, but we can't say.
One sec, can I clear sign up as well? Then wait, you're all for David De Gea staying, Saeed? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't like the.
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that.
And David De Gea in the same sentence, like just chill in it, like.
No, he needs to go, bro. I love that guy, bro. I love
that guy.
You will die on this hill, my brother. You will die.
I'll see you at his farewell. I'll see his farewell.
450 back, you know.
Keeper, that Brighton keeper. I'll be honest with you. I'm looking at that Brighton keeper now. I'm thinking this guy makes too many mistakes.
Yeah, no. I want Diogo Costa. I want Porto.
Diogo Costa, baller, bro.
Let it go.
Everyone's nice when he don't play for you and you're just watching highlights on Match of the Day. Everyone's nice until they're wearing that United jersey at Old Trafford and the pressure's on.
You know what, though? I got to give the game credit. I know we're talking about it, but the game against Tottenham, that was the best passing game I've seen him have, you know, so far this season.
It's nice when you don't get pressed, though. He didn't get pressed. Of course you can do that.
No, but the issue isn't David De Gea, by the way. The issue is not David De Gea. People don't get it twisted. It's the wages. It's the moving forward. It's the new era. The new.
He'll come down. He might come down on wages. He might come down.
Okay, Musa, if he comes down, hallelujah, alhamdulillah, let's go forward. Let's start the new next 3 years. No problem. But that's if he comes down. I don't think he comes down.
It's about the wages, man. It's about the wages. I can't lie to you.
He might come down because he wants to stay. I think because he wants to stay, he's a person that will come down and keep his position.
Yeah, but it's not just that though. It's not just that. If I want to see my
question.
team, I want to see my team progress. Look, I love David De Gea. Everything it is. That's maybe go down as a number 2 if you want to do that. If you're going to put your wages down, but he's on as a number 2 on the bench. You know, I'm not having 250 grand even if he lowers it to that. I think it's stupid. But it's a good for someone to learn off of for the next couple of years. I think would be good. Do a Buffon and just keep lowering your wages, bro. If you really love the club, then do that. For me, you need to go with the times. The way you want to play football, comfortable, move forward, etc., etc. It's a bit like a Joe Hart situation when he's at Man City, bro. You got to move forward, bro.
I hate that comparison, man.
I'm not saying that he's way better than Joe Hart. I'm saying it's time to move on as a team because it's not about the players and everything. Look,
listen,
same thing as well. We got another. For me, I got another situation as well. Yeah, Faz, you know it, innit? I reacted out on Twitter about Varane. I called him a fucking glass ankle bastard, innit?
Yeah, you need to chill that, you know.
I was the thing is, I deleted it because it was out of reaction, innit? And I said, you know what, I fall for him. But I'm angry because we've just got Marcel potentially back here. We've just got the team back together. Like I want to see us go forward. And then somebody comes out and then Maguire's coming back in, bro. I don't want to see it, fam. I'm sick to death. And now we need to
you know what? Yeah,
we need a centre back. We need another centre back.
Wait. Let me read this because this is my member. He's my member and he's in my members group chat. So I'm gonna cook him for this one because he said he changed his mind. Man's flip-flopping, yeah. Let me read this one. Man, Ganso, I see you. I'm gonna come to you on the group chat, Ganso. He said, "Yeah, bro, this is what I said. Everybody flip-flopping out here, bro. Everybody flip-flopping."
Hey, what's this members group chat called? Is it flip-flop?
Planet flip-flop, blood. Planet flip-flop.
Make me admin in this chat. They need some order.
Planet flip-flop, bro. Ganso, yeah, he says,
read it.
Changed my mind. Felix, the answer, not gonna lie. False 9 and can play in Ho with Martial. City style goals, spread around, goal scoring wingers like Liverpool. Think about it. Why we link to Hakpo and Liao? Now, listen, Ganso,
is that how you say his name, by the way? Hakpo?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, it's Hakpo. It's Hakpo.
Ten Hag. You're right. Some Dutch. He's right. Yeah, because my granddad even told, he's Dutch anyway. He told me. See, even Ten Hag. Yeah, the way you say Hag like that, like the G at the end. You don't actually say Hag. Yeah, that's how you say it with the G's. That's how you pronounce it. Mad, isn't it? Yeah, it's still Ten Hag in English. It's like David, isn't it?
You know
I'm
what's
hold you to this one on the group chat.
Now, big up Ganso and everyone. Make sure you liking this video, by the way. Banging show, man, as always, man. Make sure you subscribe to all the Mandem. Big up Saeed, 60K soon come. But no, do you know what as well, though? I wanted to touch on that Varane situation. I think people are not realizing the importance of Varane because everyone's so sucked into Martinez. By the way, Martinez is a bad boy. I love Martinez. But Varane helps Martinez a lot because there's aerial duels here that he's winning as well, Varane, and getting us the ball back. I think he's kind of been underappreciated. I don't think people are realizing how good he actually has been when he's been fit because everyone worries about his injury so much. We do need a right centre back.
What does that sound like, though, Ty? That sounds like the Varane that was at Madrid when he was next to Ramos. Everyone was bigging up the Ramos, but the
Ramos thing, they don't realize what Varane does, bro. He's the calming order in there. Like,
I love the guy, man.
Varane, I'm just 7 games, whatever it is, win 5 clean sheets.
8.
Trust me, like 8 games. 6 clean sheets, whatever it is. Varane is a top centre back, and keeping him fit is obviously imperative, similar to Martial. But we need options in there. And De Gea, by the way, Said, I'm going to just tell you one thing that I want to make clear. I like De Gea and I love him as well. But there's 3 things in a goalkeeper, right? You're a good shot stopper, you're good with the ball at your feet, and you command your area. I love De Gea and I thank him for what he's done, but he only does one of them, and that's shot stopping. And that's why, for me, we have to slowly move him out and go and get another keeper. But you know what? At least that's not the biggest of our problems right now. We're doing all right at the back. We do need that gun, man.
We're cooking, bro.
Yeah, bro. We're doing all right at the back, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Ga's improved, man. He's one of those players that I think has improved. He's improved with his feet. He's improved coming out. I don't want to go on. I don't want to say that he's only good at one and as if he's not improving on the others. What I've seen of him,
but you wouldn't tick it in the box. If you know when you fill in that sheet and I put,
but we have to give him the. By the end of the season,
I thought you said you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
But at the end of the season, we might be ticking off another box and saying, right, yeah, the good season, the stats say different. And if the stats say something different at the end of the season, we can no longer continue to hold that over him. So I say we're going to find out. We're going to find out.
Just to add as well, quickly, before you read that super chat,
Yeah.
who saw the David De Gea interview after his 500 appearances and the glove that got given? Did you see the interview? Did you see what he says in the interview? He said, look, at the end of the day, I have been having good seasons. Man's been having good season consistently. Whether you like my style or whatever, been having it. I ain't just get to one of the, smashing these records like any who. And the thing is, he's now clearly sat down with the manager. And at the start of when Ten Hag was putting pen to paper, what did we all say? Well, how many players can he bring something out of? Maybe Dalot because he's young. Maybe McTominay. We all sat here and nobody can say this. Nobody thought that he was going to get something out of David De Gea. David De Gea clearly sat down with Ten Hag and said, you know what, boss man, I need to improve on this. You need to improve on this. Like, David De Gea, you need to improve on this.
PFA team of the season,
that's nice, bro.
And that's when we had players like Peter Cech in the league. Like, he's not an idiot, you know. Anyway,
but what I'm trying to say is maybe David De Gea always had it in his arsenal, and maybe no manager wanted him to do those things. And now our manager's come in and asked him to do those things. He's been confident, and also just to end the point, look at who's in front of him. Come on, man. When your back four is performing, as a goalkeeper, that's the best thing you could have asked for, because he said it himself. He said it in the interview. I was getting peppered up. But I still had a good individual season. But when you're looking at Martinez pushing you in the net, when you're looking at Varane calming headers, when you're looking at Dalot pocketing players, Malacia pocketing players, you're going to be feeling calm. You can come out of your line.
We can't forget he had Harry Maguire that fly kick Pogba in his head and made Pogba look at that. Like, Mandem, he was dealing with that. We can't forget that.
Can I add something there? Look, I get the sentiment. I've been a big David De Gea fan. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Faz, big up on that part of that. Like, you can't have said it any better, bro. But I seen a couple things of modern football where I see an Alisson, an Edison, and then Diogo Costa all got one assist from just the distribution alone going up the field. Yes, De Gea can kick it to a left back or a right back, but I need one that can ping it to the point where my left winger and right winger is going onto the ball like it's nothing. Or even a striker at that.
I just feel like De Gea
from De Gea.
But if he proves me wrong, you can't teach brother football like that, touching position. You can't do it.
Do you know what the best thing about it is? You know what the best thing about this is, Mandem, though? And I was saying this to my boy Sarfo, because we were talking about the Ronaldo situation. Look at the way Ten Hag has handled situations so far since he's come into the club. We had the Mandem leaving at half-time. He didn't put nothing in the press. He said, I'm going to deal with it properly. Ronaldo, yes, you go onto the burners for a bit, and then you come back into the first team. Nothing in the press really too much about it. He's dealing with things well. Whether De Gea stays or not, or whether these other players stay or not, I like that. I think Ten Hag would sit down with De Gea, like Faz said when he first came in. He would actually have a conversation, say, De Gea, do you know what? I want to move forward with this. Nothing's going to be, there's not going to be no, hissy fitting or this is going on or anyone bitching. Ten Hag is going to handle these players correctly. Whether you stay at the club or whether you leave, it's going to be done professionally. And do you know what? Whatever the manager does, keeping De Gea, letting him go, this is the first manager I said to Said when he landed. I'm really happy with since Ferguson. I don't doubt anything he does. I'm backing him all the way. Whether De Gea stays or not, we've got other problems. But yeah, I agree that I think it's time for a change. That's
they got to Ronald Jacob here. Says when Alisson and Edison are on 1 million. Is it 1 million?
190,000.
Yeah, 190.
This Said, man. This kicking your ass, man. Where's your glasses?
160,000 a week. I didn't teach maths at school, and we can't have him go up and getting 350k a week. He definitely needs to lower his wages. Don't want him gone, but lower wages and 2-year deal. Guys, we're 5 likes away from 200. Let's get the likes up, people. Let's go back to the striker because this show was about the striker department. How many goals have we scored this season, Tyrone?
On a spot like that, I'm going to go. I was like,
all comps.
16.
I think that we scored 16 goals in the Premier League.
I think 16.
All I know is less than Haaland, man. Whatever it is.
But that's what I mean, though.
You know what? Only Bournemouth in the top 10 had scored less than us. That's what I remember.
Oh, that's embarrassing, man.
Yeah, goal differences.
16. We scored 16, conceded 16.
I get it, but a lot of two of the games, we did concede 10, bro. Like that's a big
I'm not
fat
talking about concede. I want to score
goals.
goals.
Just talk about scoring goals. Yeah,
Scoring
but
goals.
making
now,
the best
now in the top 10, only Brighton and West Ham in the top 10 have scored less than us. But our defense has still been tight, so there is room to grow. I'm not overly worried.
Feels like the Van Gaal time.
No, Said, you know why I'm not worried so much? Because at least we're creating the chances at the moment. The chances, right? Do you know what? You know, like Liverpool. I don't want to bring Liverpool. I don't like
But
Liverpool.
he's not lying though. Van Gaal is the same.
I don't like Liverpool, yeah, but I'm going to say this. You're not going to see Liverpool get any worse. I've said it to Castle another stream than what they are right now. Their players will come back. It will click somehow. They will get better results.
So you're
our
saying,
strikers will eventually start putting these chances away.
Okay.
I think they will.
But which strikers, though? This is what I mean. Like,
I disagree.
I don't think Rashford's going to start putting away them goals.
Yeah. I disagree because if you got to remember, we come off a personal change after that Brentford loss. Then we had away games in Leicester and Southampton, which were 1-0. We started building from the back. We're going 5 yards up the pitch further and further. Then we scored a little bit more goals. It's just been a slow, steady start. Even against Chelsea, we scored a goal. We created chances. We just didn't put them away.
Yeah, I think we'll put more away.
We scored 3 against Arsenal. We scored 2 against Tottenham. We scored 2 against Liverpool. Like, are we forgetting this as well? Like, there are goals coming. It's just that we've been going up the yards further and further up the pitch. Even in an away game at Stamford Bridge. You get it? Like, the foot is coming. Like, it's coming. You just got to be patient, and I'm sure more goals will come and follow suit. We don't even have a striker, bro. Like, it's not that bad.
Let me add something as well.
Yeah.
Who, except for City and maybe Arsenal, but Arsenal, I'm gonna count out. No, actually, keep Arsenal in there. City, Arsenal,
football, isn't it?
Except no. Who has had a solid formation that we had to go and say, rah, safe. We can't break you down. Sociedad was one of them boys. And I said to the Man United fan base, Sociedad is gonna be a test. It's gonna be a test. Our test is coming. West Ham is a test. Them man really have 4 at the back, you know. They really be playing 4 at the back.
Really have 4 at the back. I love that.
They really be having that ball that West Ham play is solidified, by the way. It's solidified. So we have to think, why are we not able to break teams down? The goals isn't the issue, by the way, because we're creating chances anywho, we're dominating games anywho, whatever. But the concern is, why are we not able to break games down? You see City eventually break the game down. Arsenal now eventually break the game down. We need to be able to break games down. We're playing Sheriff, we're playing Sociedad, we've got Villa, and Unai Emery, obviously, is new to the league, back fresh to the league. So, okay, he'll need time. Let's count that out. But West Ham is a challenge, you know?
Yeah, no,
and Conte is still trying to identify his style, because look at how he keeps chopping and changing. Look at Graham Potter. Every game, someone else in the front line. Every game, someone else in the middle. Every game that we've played, except for Brentford, Leicester, they're in the mud anyway. Southampton, I'm not counting. Arsenal, City, and West Ham, they have solid formations. They really be playing 4 at the back, and that's when we're gonna struggle to score goals. And those are the games the West Ham need to get in 2 or 3 goals.
And it's so funny because this super chat here, like, as much as I never want to talk about this player because I love him, but he's never here. The funny thing is, when you look at our squad and you look at the profiles and you're talking about breaking down teams, right? I'm going to go back to Ten Hag. I watched him at Ajax against Feyenoord. He had Klaas-Jan Huntelaar as his striker. Since then, he's had Sebastian Haller. Now at Manchester United, his main number 9 is Martial. All these players, I'm not saying a target man, but they can all link up play. They can hold the ball up. They can make it stick.
Yeah.
Man United's forwards right now with Sancho, Anthony, Rashford, none of them actually are like terms of can do that type of play. They don't retain. Rashford up front, we all know he doesn't retain the ball. He has to be running in behind to be effective. You put the ball into his feet, he's getting camped by the centre-back. He's not making it stick. This is why players like Martial, unfortunately, as much as we all know he's injured, we're all frustrated that he's injured. It's not like he's injured and we're like, you know what, we've got X, Y, and Z to cover. We haven't, because he gives us that unique profile that when it comes to breaking down teams, Martial's actually the best striker for it, but he's not here. So when you've got Ronaldo, who gets on the end of things, you've got Rashford, who gets on the end of things, who actually bring things. Martial brings things, and this is why we are so frustrated with the injuries, Faz, because we haven't got another him. And I wish we did. I wish we did have another profile. But when it comes to these West Hams and these Evertons and these Brentfords and stuff, you need that different type of forward that can make the ball stick. And you know, like pre-season, we play Crystal Palace, perfect example. They sit with a back four side. Our second game of preseason, Martial scored. We were linking it up. Sancho and that were getting close to him, and it was bouncing off each other. We can do that when you've got a focal point. Unfortunately, Rashford is not a focal point striker, and Ronaldo is not a focal point striker. We need that differentiation. And Martial, you're killing us because you are that solution, but you're not here. And we're not. And I'll be honest with you, Faz.
What happens here now?
But Said, I'm just going to quickly say it. Let me just say this, Said. The longer we don't have Martial, like Faz said, the longer this is going to be a problem for the whole season.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question, though. If Martial, Faz, I'm going to come to you first before I go to Kaz. If Martial starts firing and he comes back before January, starts firing, do we buy a striker or do we just wait and wait till the summer?
Good question.
100%. We try and buy a striker. Me and you need to go to the megastore, start protesting. I don't know what year. I thought we were going protesting anyways. We need to be protesting for that striker, bro. Football is about, it goes off probability. The probability of this guy staying fit for the rest of the season is very low. And the stats people, the analysts behind the screens will be telling Ten Hag and the Arnolds and Mertens that, you need to go and get a forward because it's a handful of games before Thingy gets injured. And as sad as it is, the probability on Varane kicked in. He's injured again, right? These things will happen. So we need to go and get a striker regardless. On top of that, we don't go and get a striker when Ronaldo's gone, by the way. You get it now. So you can integrate the striker into the team. You don't want to get it, boom, and then in summertime.
Who do we get now then, Faz? Because that's what I'm saying. There's a short right. So Gakpo can play up front a bit, but he's not a proper striker.
Yeah. Ramos.
We know we're looking at the Tonys, the Vlahovics, for example, the Osimhens. Napoli are flying in the league, in the Champions League. They ain't going to want to sell. Juve, I get it, are struggling at the moment, but I don't think they sell their key 23-year-old at that time of the season. And then you've got Jonathan Davis and stuff like that. But I feel like they're more stopgaps, like Saeed said. To get your main number 9, you're going to have to wait until the summer. So can Gakpo come in and fill the boots is more realistic at 35 million from January? No.
You guys don't want it, Gakpo. I've been watching
exactly. Who is there? Who is there in January then? Let's talk about January side.
I told
Nobody.
You.
Nobody.
There is a couple. I think there's a couple. Other than, I don't think Tony would go for a premium. Let's put it like that. That's one. That's if you can. That's there's another one. I said Ramos. We can easily go get. And trust me, Benfica got a bunch of man they can front. Yeah, he's available. But I'm gonna say
with Benfica good. You know why? Because I want Enzo Fernandez in.
But there's one more who hasn't yet gone to Leipzig, but they are owned by the same company that you can go and get. You didn't pay him summer, now go pay it now. But we want an extra 5 million. Sesko, go get him.
I mean, he signed a deal with pre-agreement.
Yeah, that don't matter. Remember, they're owned by the same company. That can always slash in half. And if you're gonna go get money, it can work like that. It can't. No, even though it's done, it can still be done because they are owned by the same company. It's like, no, we're not gonna put it there. Sorry, he's gonna go to Man United, but so that means we're gonna go get that target for the summer instead. But you got extra 55 million to go get a Leipzig for a striker for Leipzig. I think they'll take it, and they can easily go get someone else from the academy to go play in Salzburg because they got a bunch of sick academy players, by the way. That's the way they do it.
I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna get a player that Musa wants, who's not the proper striker. I think João Felix is the only one that, out of the high-profile players, is attainable because one, Atletico Madrid might want him off the wages, and two, he doesn't want to be there. And you sometimes want a player that also wants to lead that club. If you go to
if we get João Felix, we're getting top 4, bro. I'll say it now. I think
João Felix, and I people in the comments, I get it. You're gonna say he's not a striker, I get it. But if you're saying to me now, would I rather a half a season with a João Felix or half season without? I'm telling you, I want it with. That's the difference.
And he's happy to play, Europa League as well, because I think Atletico Madrid played Europa League a couple of times as well. So
they might go
they are going in. They're going into Europa League anyways. So is Barcelona. So imagine we got
Barcelona. You have to wait until Inter beat him. You have to wait.
But I want Enzo Fernandez. Give me Enzo Fernandez, man. I want Claudio Kone. I can't have anybody. Give me this man. Give me this guy. Sick.
Martial, his number 9. Martial became the default as number 9, as Glazers weren't ever invested in striker when Nunes was lost. Eric Ten Hag would make the most of what he has. Give him the Euros. He would replace Martial.
He doesn't watch Man United.
He don't replace Ronaldo, bro.
He loves Martial. He just doesn't stay fit. Simple. Let's just move on with that one.
What is Ronaldo on per year, by the way? He's on like what? 24 million.
450.
He's on like 24 million a year or something like that. 20 plus million.
His overall contract adds up to 32 million a year.
Done. Get him out.
Fucking hell. You know what? Mutual. No, do you know what? Respectfully, if we could get a replacement inside, I would actually mutually come to an agreement with Ronaldo saying you can go for free, and we have that money there. But I don't think Ronaldo would want to do that. I think he want to stay.
No. Impossible. He won't do that. Impossible. Do you know how much money Ronaldo's made United? And you're telling me you're not going to give me 32 M's? Like, get out of here. I just made you nearly
It might be a
200
mutual.
mil on
It might be a
shirt
mutual
sales.
termination. To be fair, it might be mutual, like the Bamyang thing. Like, yep, you can go, man.
Not with
if you're happy
Ronaldo.
to go,
Ain't never gonna. It has to be Ronaldo come out on top. Jorge Mendes will not let his client, because don't forget, Ronaldo after Man United is impossible to get the same type of contract. It's not happening in the world of football, except for PSG. Nobody's paying Ronaldo that wages. I don't even think PSG will.
Yeah,
and
but
Ronaldo,
that's what.
they won't leave it. They won't leave it without the money, because Ronaldo clearly will sit. Because don't forget, he's got peas coming out of his ears, man. The guy could have paid out of his own contract if he wanted, yet he didn't. He could have, if he was really about their life, he would have paid his own way out of the contract. Yet he's still collecting the wages.
I don't know,
just in January, players like Mbolo from Monaco, would that suit anyone?
No, he's only just moved there from watching Gladbach as well. Now I'm not feeling that though.
Trossard as a second striker kind of type. Anyone feeling Trossard?
No, don't say Dembele from Lyon either. Don't want him.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, Dembele, Lyon. This is what I'm saying. It's really a short market right now. That's why my long term would be Vlahovic, man. I just feel like United. You know what teams do say. You know what, like Liverpool, they went out and spent 80 million on like Van Dijk. They spent 60 million on Alisson, and it kind of revamped their whole revolution for the last 4 or 5 years. Man United need to kind of just say, do you know what? This summer, Ten Hag, like this is what I would want. Go and get a Vlahovic, for example, if he's available, or get a top striker in the summer, and then spend 70 million and say, right, De Jong, there's your Casemiro partner, and we've just solved 2 big gaping holes in this team on top of what we're building already. I think that transforms the size. Sometimes you just need to say, do you know what? Go and get your 2 big players, 70 million each, whatever it is, and do that. Liverpool done it with the Fabinhos, the Alissons, the Van Dijks. We need to go and do the same with a De Jong, for example, and a Vlahovic, just a striker that's going to put the ball in the back of the net and stay fit. And that's what we do.
And Cuckoo. What about Cuckoo?
He's from Chelsea, man. He's Chelsea.
No, but
I can't believe it.
Again, that idea that it's done and delivered. It's not done and delivered. If we go into January and hijack it, what stops us?
Romano already said it on his channel, bro. He's gone. He's done.
And I don't see him as a striker. If he came in, I'd play him
but Cass, just to be devil's advocate, he did say Malacia was here we go, and then we hijacked the deal. So he messed up on the Lukaku deal as well.
Do you reckon he would choose London as well and all that kind of stuff, quite close to home as well?
It don't matter. Yeah, that don't matter, bro. Manchester's better than London, anyways. London's full of pollution, blood. It don't matter.
I just feel like there's definitely a couple attainable. I wouldn't mind a Patrick Schick in the side, man. I'll be honest. Don't sleep on this guy. He's quality. If you're talking about finishing, bro.
Ronald is funny, man. Ronald is one of my members as well.
Is that why it's coming
Ronald is he's one of my members as well. Big up the members. I see all my members come through today. Big up the members.
Big up your members, though. Big up your members. They're probably going to be on to me now with a flip-flap group chat, man.
Yeah, man. Let me just wrap up the super chat and then we'll wrap up the show. Big up to everybody who's involved. Ronald Jacobs said, do you cry in the Martial pillow behind you? When every time Ten Hag has come out and say Martial is fit and is available, I'm done keeping injury-prone players here for £250,000 a week.
He's on a big salary, man. That is one thing I do think the board might look at.
He's not on 250, by the way. He's not. He's on 185 because there's the 25% wage. All players have had a 25% wage reduction.
Everybody. So yeah. Big up to everybody. But listen, there's still over 550 of you here. If we're not on at least 250 likes, then I think we've kind of failed.
I know. I love the Mandem show, man. It's actually probably my favorite show of the week.
What were you talking about just before as well? You were saying there was a segment on something, and I kind of who was it about? I can't remember now. I think you said about a player. I don't know. You just said it literally about 5 minutes ago. I can't remember what it was about though.
No, I said I didn't want to make it all about David De Gea in terms of what we're talking about.
Not that. I can't remember. Never mind.
Maybe next time. But listen, people, make sure you guys like the video on your way out, people. Let's literally still 560 of you here. Let's get at least 250 likes. Tyrone, let the people know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, big up first of all, Saeed, man. Every single time. Faz, Cass, love every single time. Make sure you like the video, guys. Subscribe. I'm on Never a Foul. That's our channel there. Just cleared 5K as well. That's our generic football talk. So Never a Foul there. And then Trafford Tunnel as well. I'm hit and miss with that because we're always busy and stuff. But obviously, Man United content strictly on Trafford Tunnel. They're both in the chat below. So yeah, me and Cass are on both channels. Never a Foul. Trafford Tunnel, myself, Taran MC _ on Twitter, man. But yeah, big up for having me every time, man, and big up Faz and Cass as well. So
big up, man, always, man. Big up to Faz. Make sure you go follow him, Planet Vaz. Big up to you, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, love, man. On road to 10K now. You know, we're growing rapid. We're moving faster than Sancho moves down the wing. That's all I can say. We're moving fast out here. We're not stopping and starting here. We're moving fast. So listen, support the thing. I got hella mad ideas and content coming out. You know, mad shows are coming. We're cooking. Me and Saeed got something cooking. Me and a couple other people got something cooking. I got special show coming for the World Cup as well. So man, couple players coming through. Yeah, keep an eye on, man. We're doing our thing.
It, man. We love to see everyone grow, man, because everyone could grow on this platform. So make sure you guys are supporting. Obviously, big up to Kaz on the same channel, Never a Foul, and also Trafford Tunnel. Big up to you. And yeah, man, I'll be back tomorrow, people, for Rivals Talk and then the watch along in the evening, Europa League. Don't really need to touch on that. We should be able to beat Sheriff at
Why
home.
don't you come to the Europa League game?
Because I think for me, they don't deserve me coming until the later stages, because they put us through this hell, Faz, man. So I'm not coming here. I'm coming up my Thursday
on the spot, you know, like that.
But because my club could be fighting for a gaming PC and I'd go and fucking turn up. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them type of fans.
Sorry, for me, I gave myself that.
I think Nuruddin has compromised you, you know. Nuruddin's compromised you with that Mickey Mouse stuff.
No, I'm not. I said it. For me, when it gets to later rounds, I'm there. But for the group stage,
no. You can't come out in the later stages.
Yeah, I'm coming. When I see Barcelona and I see Juventus and it's looking nice, that's when I'm gonna come out.
I'm gonna put your picture, I'm gonna put your picture said banned around Stratford and this banned.
I'm already banned, so it's all right, man. I'm already banned anyway.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Next week when we're back anyway, we'll be talking about top 4 after we beat West Ham. So yeah, man.
There you go, man. There you go, people. We're out.